What's up, guys? Wanted to shoot a quick video. I shared a 1-minute video on some of my other socials about 3 reasons to avoid probate, and I want to dive deeper into that. So I like YouTube. I can explain things, better than just some of these other platforms where you're limited to 60 seconds or whatever. But with that being said, guys, if you prefer like shorter segments of content rather than these long videos, go ahead and follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Just type in my name or Nick F360 is my handle. Okay. And if you like shorter content, then you can follow me on those platforms. I'll be more active on those. But with that being said, I want to dive deeper into this explanation that I shared in that little mini video of why would you want to avoid probate when you are recovering surplus funds for heirs. Here are 3 reasons, and this is from, I'm prepping for our mastery class tomorrow and Saturday, so I want to share just this snippet with you. Okay, reason number 1 to avoid probate when you are recovering surplus funds or overages for heirs of deceased homeowners is you want to be able to lower your costs. If you do probate, your costs, your attorney expenses are going to increase. Okay. It's just the bottom line. So it's going to be a more expensive case if you have to do probate. The second reason is time. It's going to take you longer to recover those surplus funds. Why? Because a probate is going to be a separate matter from the claims process. Okay. So in addition to claiming the funds, you also have to do a court procedure, which is probate. And that is obviously going to lengthen the claim process. Third reason, potential loss of surplus. When you open a probate, the personal representative or the attorney over the probate is going to have to send out a notice to all potential creditors of the deceased individual. And anyone could file a claim against that estate. And if the overage is the only asset of that estate and somebody files a claim, you could potentially lose that entire overage. Now, here's the thing. Let me talk a little bit more about debt, okay? There are different types of debt, guys. There is secured debt. An example of a secured debt would be some sort of lien on a property. So that debt is secured by a physical asset, such as real estate. And then there is unsecured debt. An example of that would be like credit card debt. It doesn't attach to any asset. It is just attached to you personally, okay? Now, you've probably heard that it is very important to do your due diligence in the surplus funds realm when it comes to debt. I agree 100% wholeheartedly. However, it is very important to understand the types of debt, okay? When you're dealing with surplus funds, it is very important to understand what liens were against the property. Of secondary importance, okay, it is good to know about the debt that individual owner also had against them personally. However, it is of secondary importance. And why do I say that? There are some that say that if a homeowner loses a home to foreclosure and their surplus funds, if they had a judgment against them, then that judgment holder is entitled to that surplus. That is not correct in some states. How do I know this? Let me tell you a quick story. I found an overage that was about a $63,000 overage from a foreclosure sale. I did my due diligence, looked for liens. There were no liens on this property. However, the homeowner did have judgments against them. This homeowner had been sued for some fraud they had committed, and they had a $1.1 million judgment entered against them, okay, in court. So, because of some things that I had heard, I figured that I should find the judgment holder and help them collect on their $1 million judgment. Surely they are entitled to the surplus. Surely they have priority to the surplus than this homeowner is what I thought. So that's what I did. Found the judgment holder, told him about the surplus. We agreed to do a 70-30 split, filed our claim with the court for the surplus based on his $1.1 million judgment. Homeowner also files a claim for themselves for the surplus. We go to court. What happens? Did I get the surplus? Surely I did, right? Because I've got a $1.1 million judgment against this homeowner. Well, long story short, we did not get that surplus. Our claim was denied. Why was it denied? Because my judgment holder had an unsecured debt. His debt was not tied to the property. It was only against the homeowner of the property. Okay. Now, if my client, if he had simply recorded that judgment as a lien against the property, we would have won, but he never did that. Okay. And so very, very important to understand there are two types of debt, guys. Again, there is secured debt, which are liens, and then there's unsecured debt. Unsecured debt, i.e. judgments, do not always have precedence to surplus funds based on my personal experience, such as that case I just shared with you. Okay. So here's the thing. There is no black and white in surplus funds. There is no one best way to do things, and there is no one size fits all scenario for all cases. Okay. So be cautious when you hear that this method is the best, or you must do this in all instances. No. Be aware of the specific state rules and laws in the market that you're working in, but understand that what works in one area may or may not work in another, or the rules or the how do I put this, procedures in one market may be completely different in another market. Okay. And understand the types of debt. Liens, you should absolutely know what liens are on the property. Judgments, maybe. Is it important? Yes. Are there opportunities within judgments? Yes. Something a little more advanced that we're going to be covering tomorrow in the mastery class, in addition to, okay, how do we avoid probate? How do we avoid spending extra money and time and potentially losing out on a surplus? So that's going to be taught tomorrow. If you have any interest in joining that class, today's the last day to sign up. So, all right, guys. So I hope that was helpful for you. A couple gold nuggets in there. And that's all I've got for you today. Appreciate you watching. And if you don't like these long videos with these long drawn out explanations and hearing my boring monotone voice, then of course, like I said, you can follow me on some of the other platforms like TikTok, Instagram, or just watch like my YouTube shorts and all that good stuff. Okay. So, like I said, you can find me at Nick, NICKF360 on the other platforms. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.